I finished my last video on the comment or the phrase, commit today for tomorrow's destination. And when I was planning yesterday's video, I had a little idea in mind about sat-nav, but it just wouldn't sit quite right with what I was trying to say. And so I left it alone, and I thought maybe that's not the right thing for the moment. And I sort of heard a little voice saying maybe it's a different message. So I'm carrying on with a similar sort of theme to yesterday, but it's a slightly different message. And I've got another proverb from Proverbs 16 again, but it's actually verse 3 this time. And I say it's very similar, but slightly different twist to it. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. The idea that I had, the thought that I had was around sat-navs and how frustrating sat-navs can sometimes be. I don't know if you've ever sort of been in that situation where you've put a destination into your sat-nav and have ended up somewhere completely different, not where you expected to be at all. And that phrase comes out, you are now at your destination. And you think, no, I'm not. But I can always remember a friend telling me a little story about when he went over to France the one time on his motorbike. And he'd got to Calais and obviously went on the ferry to get there. But he got to Calais and he put in his destination where he wanted to go for their first stop on their trip and set off. And eventually ended up in the middle of nowhere in a field by a farm. Obviously not his destination, his chosen destination. As it happened, the farmer came along and they actually got some directions off him, and he gave them directions to a completely different place, which turned out to be better than the place they booked in the first place. So all things work out. But when we pray sometimes, I think we treat God a little bit like a sat-nav. We pray to him and we say, I want to go here, Lord. And I want to go by this route and I want to get there by this time. But life doesn't always work out like that. And sometimes we have to accept that you are now at your destination. We can make our plans, but sometimes God's saying to us, stop looking for something else. You are where I want you now.